Hello, lovely viewers. You're once again welcome to the channel Time to Change Me in 10 Minutes. I know it's been a while we've met, but I believe you are listening to TCM lectures and I believe you are liking the page also. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to TCM Time to Change Me in 10 Minutes channel. We'll be very grateful if you continuously like and you also leave your comments in the comment box for us to reply your messages. We are going to continue with another lecture, and today's topic is the first level of thought which comes out from the heart to trust you in yourself. Lovely folks, people who do not think deeply and deeper, they believe they are great. They accept those thoughts, I am great and I am doing well. But if you should think a little deeper, then you will realize you are not the one who does well, and you are the person who have failed and done and did so many wrongs. Lovely folks, people do not know how dangerous it is to think I am doing well, to think I am great, and to also trust in themselves. For example, let's look at when you trust in someone. If you trust in somebody, it is not a problem at all when they tell you something. With such a heart, you don't think to check. You don't think to ask if they are wrong or they are right. You just accept such a thought or such words. But in the case where you don't trust the person, you are always thinking of finding out from elsewhere, of asking and checking exactly before accepting their words. People who trust themselves do not check and do not ask of any thoughts that arise in them. They just accept what they believe is right and they move on. People who trust in themselves, they are unable to judge the things that comes out from themselves. Every thought that comes out from them, they accept it and they live by it. Without knowing this kind of thought, it's problem. Let me find out, let me check if my thought is right or my thought is wrong. But people who trust in themselves, they only accept their own heart, their own thoughts, their own words, their own thinkings. Lovely people, today I want to share with you a story. The story about 3 blind men and an elephant. There were 3 blind men in a village, and one day there was a circus group from a neighboring village who came to visit their village. And one blind man said, I heard there is a circus group in our village, and they came along with an elephant. You know, I would love to see how an elephant looks like. So the other blind friends agreed to seeing the elephant. There was an older blind man who said his energy cannot take him to the place. So he really wished they could go and have a touch and a feel of the elephant. And when they come and share with him how the elephant felt like. So this blind man, without the older one, went out and asked people along the way where the circus group were. And upon knowing the way, they went ahead to the circus group. When they got there, they met the ringleader. And the ringleader asked them, what do you want here? Anyway, the circus will start in the evening, so go have dinner and come back. One of the blind men replied by saying, we are blind, we can't see. Then the ringleader replied, oh, really, I see. Sorry then, how can I help you? Then they said, we heard you came with an elephant, so we want to see. We want to have a touch of an elephant to know how it feels. Really, we'll be very grateful if you grant us this permission. Anyway, The ringleader kept quiet for a moment and thought about it. Then he permitted them to see the elephants, to have a touch of the elephants. But anyway, he told them, on one condition, you can go in one by one because we don't want to scare the elephants. So you go in one after the other to go and touch the elephants. And this blind man agreed on going one after the other. So they went. The first blind man went in and touched the side of the elephants. Then he said, really, wow, this elephant is like a thick wall. I thought an elephant is very wide, but I can see it is wide but very thick, like a wall. The second blind man also entered and touched the tusk of the elephant. Then he also said, this is thin, it is strange, it is thin and long. I thought an elephant is very large, but this is very thin and also long. The third one entered and touched the ears. Then he also said, this elephant is like a thick carpet. I never thought an elephant is thick like a carpet. Anyway, this is very strange. The next person entered and touched the trunk of the elephant. In touching the trunk, was like, this is strange. It looks like a snake. The next one also went in and was like, ha ha ha, now I know how it feels. Because he touched the leg of the elephant, he said, this is huge. It's like a tree trunk. All of this blind men had a touch and a feel of the elephant. So they returned home. When they got home, the older blind man asked, I believe you all had a feel of the elephant. Now you can share with me how an elephant feels or how an elephant looks like. So the first person said, the elephant is like a thick wall that cannot be moved. Even when you push, you apply force to it, it can never move. It is thick like a wall. Then the other one came out and said, what are you saying? Why do you think the elephant is like a thick wall? When I touched it, the elephant was like a spear. It was long. It was very thin. It is not what you think. Say, I think an elephant is like a spear. The other one also came in and said, this is nonsense. How can you be saying this? An elephant is like a thick carpet. It is not like a spear, neither is like a thick wall. Don't deceive him. It is like a thick carpet. They all came in. The next person also said, no. Stop saying this. This is not how an elephant is. I touched it thoroughly. I really felt it. I thought you all went in to touch an elephant, but rather you went in to touch a different thing. An elephant, it feels like a snake because it squirms, it moves here and there. That is how I felt it. I really touched it, so I know how an elephant is. It's like a snake. Then the last person said, you are all not serious. You don't know. You didn't touch what is right. You don't know how an elephant feels. An elephant is like a tree trunk, very round and strong. It cannot be moved. Lovely folks, these blind men all expressed their hearts according to what they touched and what they felt. So continuously, they all felt they are right. So they said, I am right. I was the first person who entered, and I can tell you how an elephant felt or how an elephant feels. They all believed in their right thoughts, so they kept on arguing until the oldest blind man shouted, hey, an elephant can't be different. Why do you all say different things? Anyway, this is how everybody feels. This is how everybody thinks. Lovely people, people having only one knowledge and one side of a story, they come into conclusion foolishly without thinking whether whatever side of the story they have might be true or not. They only accept what they hear, what they know, and they stand on that to make their own arguments and they draw their own conclusions. Lovely people, you can imagine how miserable trusting in yourself, trusting in your thoughts, how miserable it can lead you, and how foolishly you can live with only accepting your thoughts without checking. People who trust in themselves, they never check, they never ask, they never think about what they feel is right. And such people, they become foolish and miserable at the end. Lovely folks, I hope that as you listen to this lecture, you meditate throughout the week and ask yourself which thought is leading you, which thought are you trusted in, and which heart are you carrying at the moment that will destroy you or that will add value to your life. Thank you for listening, and we are going to meet next time on a different topic. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. Thank you.